Hey, it's your boy Elder Rich here, and you're watching Envy's channel.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Sit Down with Envy. Today, my guest is Kraken Kaneki. Kaneki?
How's it going?
That's having it pretty good for a midday Tuesday. You know, currently in lockdown, can't really do much.
Yeah, fun times, another
Um,
pain.
yeah. So we're gonna start off with. I want you to tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, not a lot to say. Like, I'm fucking 23, still playing League, doing nothing else in my life, no job. And I stream a little bit, but not too much. Not League, because fuck League, and it pisses me off. And yeah, and I'm the ADC for Kraken's academy team, for their underplayer team. And help manage, I used to help manage what teams were there.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's really about it. The
Okay.
famous Jinx one trick.
The famous Jinx one trick. So, how did you get into the low elo competitive scene?
Would have been fuck. I think I was 4 years ago. It would have been. I was doing uni and I was living with someone who wanted to make up a League of Legends team. And to be honest, at the time, I didn't even know there was like teams and events happening
Right.
until that was brought up to me. And so I jumped into that and was playing for them. I think they were called Tempered Gaming at the time in fucking 2018, if memory serves. And then yeah, I've been playing since then, just bouncing around teams mostly. Was the start of it. I was jumping around a lot because I got kicked from Tempered Gaming because I had an argument with the owner.
It's quite a Kaneki thing to do.
It's a very Kaneki thing to do.
um, well, yeah, because
Yeah.
I had a quick look at your battle file, right? I just
Mm,
want to see how many pages you had.
yeah.
You've got 15 pages, and like one of your first Iron to Gold teams,
Mm.
or Iron to Gold like tournaments with some sock, and you were playing on a team called Reign of Shadow, by the looks of
Oh,
it.
that yeah. That's what they got. That's what how they started out.
Which has TBL goes bananas on it. So
Yep.
that's a very interesting name because
Yeah.
I find as you go, back in time and whatnot, you actually see heaps of like very like fun dynamics. So like
Mm.
people who you didn't actually knew had actually played together have played together.
Yeah. I used to play with Bensel as well.
Yeah.
Um, System player lost, but I don't think he plays anymore. So Chef Oz, but I don't know if he plays anymore. Ozstrike, I know he doesn't play anymore, and yeah, fucking TBL goes bananas. Yeah, I used to play on the Bronze League when they were called I think Purple Side or something.
Yeah, they've had a couple of interesting names.
Yeah, but yeah, I used to play for them like with Taco and all that too. So it was
I mean, this is
kind of fun.
before they were all like got good at the game though, right? Like,
Yeah, this was when I basically they got me onto their team when they left Reign of Shadow or Tempered Gaming or whatever, because I wasn't allowed to play with any team related to Tempered Gaming because of the argument. They left and I joined them, and that's when they had Creamy as the ADC and then put him into mid lane and made me the ADC because I was considered the better ADC at the time.
you
He's
probably
probably
would lord that
he's
over them.
probably he's probably heaps better now. I don't know. I'm washed, man.
Well, I find that funny you mention, an argument and, you can't play on the team
Yeah.
because like, I haven't seen their org in such a long time.
Well, because it
And
disbanded. Everyone left.
yeah,
Because everyone got sick of the owner.
and I feel like at some point as an owner, you kind of have to just, take a step back because if this was a successful team, obviously I don't think I was around yet. Um, or at
Yeah,
least I wasn't
I
like,
don't remember. It was when fucking Moe was still around when he played.
yeah,
S-
I was running with Moe for a bit. But yeah, it's just to me, as the owner, even if you have like beef with a player, I feel like you just have to, keep the team.
Yeah, sometimes it really depends like on the skill level of the player who you're like having shit with.
Yeah.
Like because at the time I definitely was very like I could play other champions, but like it was never as good as I could play Jinx. So like so I was never able to like step up when it was needed.
Yeah.
So like my yeah. My argument was like based around real life stuff because I was fucking living with the owner, and so it just turned into that, and just like filtered down into the team,
Yeah.
and it just became a shit show. So like I understand why I got removed, but yeah, I don't think the team because my brother was playing on it as well. He was the support
Yeah.
for it because I dragged him into the scene the same time I joined it.
So you took him down with you, down the
Yeah,
path.
I mean I got him into league, so
Ah, so he owes you too.
he started out as a jungle main, and then I needed a Joy support.
And you're like, well, you're no longer playing jungle. You're coming down into my lane.
That's yep, that's basically what happened. It's
Um,
like
you did touch on it, right? About you
yeah.
being a one trick, at least back then. Now,
Yeah.
even now, you haven't been able to shake the stigma of being a Jinx one trick.
Yeah, I guess what happens when like when you leave, everyone refers to you as a Jinx one trick, and then you come back and like no one knows what you fucking do.
And so everyone's like,
Yeah,
he's the Jinx guy.
yeah. Oh, and then OP.G, like using OP.GG, and then looking at Jinx having the most games out of everyone I played. So
Yeah.
that also doesn't help.
No, it does not. Um, well, because I had this huge ass stigma of, oh, he's a Malzahar one trick, right?
Mm,
And that still follows me now. Like,
yeah.
Malzahar's like my ninth most played champion now. So,
Fucking hell.
like, I also face that same stigma.
Yeah,
But when my teammates would tell me, oh, you're Malzahar one trick, I'll just lock Yasuo and run it down on them. It was great fun.
that's normally how you do it. Yeah,
I remember there was
pop it
a
and rock it.
TMG show match, right? I think it was a couple show matches because it's now you know what I'm referring to. Yeah.
I booked it so hard after
I
you.
I played Yasuo first, and I think I was also running it down.
You booked it, but I fucking sent it.
Yeah, and I think you're talking shit to me in the first game.
I
And
did. I
then
said I'll teach you how to play Yasuo, and I played it bot and fucking lost.
yeah, you played it worse than I did in one of
Yeah,
those show matches, which was fucking hilarious
it was
to
so
see.
funny. I talked so much shit, and then I
Yeah,
just got my shit rocked.
I mean, I'm the king of doing that, right? I will talk shit before a game. I will
Talk
lose the
shit, get
game.
hit.
Yeah, just done it many times. Now, so moving on from the fact that you are a one trick, right? Because you're
Mm.
not disputing the fact you're still a one trick.
Uh, I mean, like I'm still like good at Jinx, but like I wouldn't say that I'm a one trick anymore. Like I can definitely play a lot of other champions, like pretty decently. Like, and I've been role swapping in my solo queue games a lot. Like, and I spammed Jin for ages and Tahm Kench top because who doesn't want free LP? But yeah, like I definitely don't consider myself a one trick as like definitely not as bad as I fucking used to be. It was fucking hard how much like Jinx I'd play
Yeah,
and then do nothing with it.
and then how screwed you were when it got banned, right?
Yeah, yeah, it got pretty yikes when it got banned. It wasn't always bad. Sometimes I could still like do well, but I could never show up like I could on Jinx.
Yeah, I
But now when it gets banned, I just laugh at it. It's just like, yes, ban the singular champion. That doesn't matter anymore.
yeah I because I don't know how many like series you've played. Like I know scrims are
Hmm.
normally in like blocks. They're never like
Yeah,
normally one game. But when it comes
yeah,
to like official tournament games, there's not really a lot of like series and low elo unless it goes to like a
yeah,
playoff format.
yeah. It's very like strange. Like especially at the beginning, there was never really any series sort of thing.
Yeah.
You kind of just played the one game through Battlefy and all that, like single elimination sort of thing.
And
Um, now with their ladder and like the first ladder that was played, I think, yeah, I just
Yeah.
couldn't do anything. Like not even because I played poorly. Like the bot lane, was just so much better than me. It was fucking mid diff every time. It
It's
was
always
so
mid
hard.
diff, isn't it, Kaneki?
When I'm getting roamed on by 4 people, yes. If I'm getting towered over by the whole fucking enemy team, then something's wrong.
Look, it sounds great to me. Well, normally
It's
my
not.
team was the one doing it to you, or one of the other teams.
It was what your team, I think, Shiny's team every now and then. It was Angelical Rose's team
Yeah,
fucking consistently.
I don't know. I
Every time I faced Rose, I was guaranteed to at least see the jungler and the top and mid lane or mid laner down in my
or
lane.
all of them at the same time.
Or all of them at the same time, which actually get Kraken a warning for this tournament actually.
Yeah.
Because I typed at the end of the third game after we beat MCOM. What's their name? I can't remember.
Uh,
MCOM something. What's in the group?
it would be
The
Prime J
Jade
Dragon.
Dragon. Yeah, we stomped them the first game. They brought in they swapped out Kirito with young Siwa,
Yeah.
and then they camped me in game two and game three.
And you're
We
like,
lost
yup,
game.
these
We
motherfuckers.
I was streaming it as well, and so I was flipping. And then so there would be a VOD out there of me losing my shit at the fact that I'm just being fucking hard camped
Yeah.
because the jungler parked in such a stupid way
To come kill you.
just to camp. And so I typed at the very end of game three, camp bot more because we just beat them.
Yeah.
And like the third game wasn't like even close because I camped bot again. Didn't work out as well. And it was just like a camp bot more while like they were losing everywhere else on the map. And so
Well, because the reason I bring up series, right, and
yeah.
I'm gonna have to use my own personal experience with this. If you get to, let's say, like a game 5 or a game 3, you know, the series are all tied up, regardless of, you know, who won the last game going into it. You kind of go back into a mental of, I'm going to play the champion I'm most comfortable on. So,
Yeah.
I've played a best of 5 where they've left Malzahar open 4 of the 5 games. And game 5, it's like the first ban, eh? Because they know if I want to win, and I want it to be like a clean win, with
Then
like
you go with the
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that used to happen, like not in the series though. It like early on, like I'd go through most of the tournament never being able to play Jinx, like through a Battlefy bracket.
Yeah.
And then to get to the final, and then for some reason the enemy team just didn't want to ban Jinx. So I just like, yes, please.
They're trying to
But
ego check you, right? Like,
yeah, I think a lot of teams have tried to ego check me, and the only teams that I think like have like succeeded in like the winning the ego check has been Shiny uh and Bensel, because I used to play with Bensel, so he knows the
I
type of Jinx player that I am.
yeah. But nah, like hearing you say, you know, Angelica Rose and all that, like those,
Fuck,
that was probably my favorite time period for Iron to Gold.
it was such a shit show though when it came to rulings. It was so
And the
difficult.
rulings were bad, but the thing is,
Just
a lot
garbage.
of the teams had, you know, quote unquote sandbaggers,
Yeah.
which kind of evened it all out.
No, Kraken didn't. That was the issue.
Yeah.
Such a pain.
Because who was your mid laner back then? Is this before Frostbake?
It would have been old. Like that's who the username was old. It was when Lunar I was still a part of the scene.
Yeah. Okay, I do remember that.
So yeah.
Yeah, because I was
And he
bouncing.
was like a silver mid laner who would continuously book it into the enemy mid laner and fuck me over.
Just booking it, eh? Because this is back in like a much better meta for mid laners.
Oh yeah, like mid was everything. I think mid still is like pretty strong, but like
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be like super powerful as long as you can manipulate the wave properly and work with that. It's fine. But
Yeah.
back then it was just a yikes, especially when mage bot laners became a thing.
Oh, it was great.
It was awful.
I I I'll touch on this as we get into like the TMG later, but there's a funny story I want to tell you about my last week's games
Yeah,
because it's very very interesting. But we'll jump into how you joined up with Kraken.
would have been. I think I saw Lunar Eye post about like trials for Kraken, trialing for like their academy team that they were putting together and
Yeah.
stuff. And so I joined off that, just playing in the trials and getting through that, getting put onto the team. And so I played with Kraken for a bit then. Then I got into an argument with Lunar Eye about how we played a tournament against Supernovas.
Yeah.
Because fucking Mully and his coin flip smites lost us a game because the enemy team smarted Baron off him because we as a team apparently couldn't CC people,
Yeah.
and like as an ADC, I'm not exactly gonna be CCing people, so it's everyone else. So I went through the VOD after we lost and fucking flipped at everyone. I like at myself too because I fucked up as well,
Yeah.
but then I got kicked.
Well, because Moe was the type of person who, like, he had kind of like a carefree attitude,
Yeah,
but like I think he cared like deep down.
I think he actually gave a shit, but like didn't show that he gave a shit.
Yeah. Because there's the Little League champions the first split. I don't know if you
Oh,
played in it.
fucking LLC, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I played on Black Dragons for the group stage.
Okay.
We went. I believe it was undefeated except for our last game because
Oh
in
no,
our
that's right. That's when I flipped my shit at the fact that because it was meant to be an iron to gold thing,
yeah.
and I think that's when I first ran into Shiny, who was like plat or something, and not even meant to be playing in the tournament. I can't remember.
I don't think Shiny played.
I remember he played Callisto, and then he got banned. He got DQ'd as a player. Like the
Okay,
team was fine
that
because
might be what I'm thinking then
yeah,
because
because he warded the tri-bush, and at the time I didn't like because we were invading from
yeah
red side into blue side, and he warded try as Callista, so they knew we were coming. But at the time, as an idiot, I didn't realize people did that because no one really did it.
yeah.
Like in any other tournament, no one did it, and then he did it. I'm just like, this is bullshit. He's not
The
gold.
fucking dare he?
This is horseshit. He's not gold. The fuck is this?
Yeah, because he on the Black Dragons roster, I had Snow, right? Very iconic name
Mm,
for anyone who was back in the day. I had Moe. It was
yeah.
me playing mid lane. I had Bang Bang, and I had fucking Lightwell. Right, so Lightwell,
Yeah,
yeah. Lightwell was a huge pain in the ass, and he was bad.
garbage.
And we go undefeated except for our game into Supernovas,
Mm,
where this is a very memeable game because Moe dies 2 times before red buff spawns.
Jesus.
They invade the red, Moe dies, Moe walks back up to the red, and he dies again. And then they take his red. And
Fuck off.
I got forced into fucking Swain mid because Bang Bang was very, very vocal at the time, and he's like, "Oh, it's a good pick here." When I was like, "Motherfucker, I don't want to play it," and I'm the
Yeah.
only guy who's not running it down. And just to prove my worth, right? After the game, a couple days later, I get hit up
Mm.
by Moe. He's like, "The team spot is yours. Me and Bang Bang are going to join AGC Dusk." And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I've lost my team,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
AGC, fucking hell.
they went and joined arguably one of the better teams in the comp and made the team even better. And then
Mm.
I had to play them in the fucking round of 8
Yeah,
because of the way the fucking bracket worked, and I was like pissed.
it wouldn't have been fun.
And then we lost, and I was like, damn. But it
Yeah.
happens, right?
Yeah, it does.
They build character. So after you and Luna had your falling out, you said you got
Mm-hmm.
kicked from the team.
Got kicked, yeah. So did my brother actually. Because he didn't respond to a message at 3 in the morning.
Oh, how
So
dare
he
he?
got kicked. I know, right?
So
So
how
he
did
got
you
kicked.
wound back up at Kraken then?
So I was bouncing around looking for teams, and then I joined Weekend Warriors after doing what was it? I did trials for Weekend Warriors with Brittany, the owner of TNG.
Yeah.
And did that. She didn't get onto the team. I did, and then I not a little bit after I left and gave it to someone else, and I was still bouncing around. Then I went back to Weekend Warriors, played with them for a bit, got really annoyed with how my support was playing. Told Nova this, left, wasn't playing for a bit, would fill in for Kraken whenever they needed it. Like either as mid or their ADC, depending
Yeah.
on if Chuck or Magic couldn't turn up. And then Magic, um, started with life. She has a kid, and so she obviously had to do like
She
be a
had to like
mother.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I came in, and then I've sort of stuck with it ever since. Ever since then, uh,
I'll be honest. I never knew
fuck,
about the WKW time period.
fuck Prime Match.
Yeah. I was wondering
So
if that's who your support was. He's a nice guy sometimes.
I don't care how nice you are. If you fucking book it in my lane and make it harder for me, you can go shoot yourself.
Whoa.
I've said this in solo queue to so many people. I've actually
So-
told my support to go get shot. I'm so
okay,
toxic.
that's a bit bad.
I haven't been banned though. I only got banned once when I typed KYS because of the auto ban bot.
Oh yeah. Well, look, you know,
So,
but nah.
but yeah, it's fucking like I was such a like I'm not as bad now, but I was so fucking toxic then.
Yeah.
I had an ego so fucking massive that it was just not even funny.
I mean, people would argue you shouldn't have had an ego because you didn't win anything.
Yeah, I didn't win anything. Doesn't that doesn't change much? Like, you can't win stuff when your team's running it down around you. What the fuck are you meant to do?
You're meant to lose gracefully.
Fuck that.
I never learnt that because as you were bouncing from team to team, I stuck with the Room Renegades for fucking
I remember
8
that.
months. Yeah, it was.
I remember fucking off-rolling against MSI, and he let me walk past him and kill his jungler while he was taking a riff while he was going for top lane. The top tower.
It was
He was
fucking
at our
horrible.
top tower, and I killed it, and I helped kill their jungler. Fuck, he was funny to face. Like, I off-rolled Shen top, and we won that game because he didn't know what to do.
Well, because back when, so we played the Tesla League, right? We were in
Yeah, I
lowest
remember
division.
that.
This is the BSV one, and
Mm.
it's the one that WKW won. I don't know if it was before or after you, but they had Prime support.
It might have been. Actually, did we win Tesla? I can't remember. I don't know.
don't
I
think
actually
it
have
was
no idea
you.
what happened. Yeah, I don't. I don't think I was on a team at the
I
time.
think I remember if it was you, but
I would have bragged about it.
yeah, you would have remembered too. You know, I have like this
Yeah.
notepad of all the tournaments I've won. You know, surely you have the same.
No, no.
Oh,
I don't win. I don't win enough.
I
Like
mean,
to
yeah,
actually.
it wouldn't be a notepad. It'd be like a post-it note.
Wouldn't even be that. I think it'd be like fucking just 2 lines.
Yeah. So during the Tesla League, since we brought up MSI, right? I
Tesla
kid you
League.
not. When TFT came out, now I've said this to people before, but I don't know if you know the story. I
Yeah,
was playing it on PBE, right? And he's like, they look so shit because I was like streaming it or something. He's like, oh, that's so trash. You know, who would actually want to play this? And next thing you know, it comes out onto the live server. He's spamming TFT and still puts himself in the starting roster for Tesla when he played no fucking league games for like 6 weeks. He was only spamming TFT. So he would like run it down top lane we would go like 50-50 in the group. And then because a couple of like the teams who once you kind of know you can't make it through, you kind of like, yo,
Mm.
fuck this, who cares?
You played on the academy team because there's
Room
two, I
Renegades
think.
Academy.
Yeah.
They had like a
Yeah,
main team as well.
yeah, they got Rune Renegades Academy because looking because on Battlefy it's still there, like the Tesla League
Yeah,
for
for BSV.
Kraken Sapphire was in it as well.
Yeah, and then so I kid you not, like, cause I was like flipping my shit at him
Yeah.
because I also wanted to win, and I was like,
Mm.
our roster on paper was good enough to win, because very soon after that our bot lane like went and hit like P4 both of them,
Okay.
which kind of broke up the team.
Yeah.
And then so I went from Qualo King Jelly Cycle to Riffy plus some other guy. And see, that's how bad the support was. I don't even remember who it was. It might have been Aquagon. um,
I've seen that name
yeah.
somewhere, I swear.
And so because we went like 50-50 in the Tesla group, the rules were
Yeah.
changed because it was meant to be, I think it was like top 6 make it through because there was like 10 teams or 12 teams in each group or something. Like
It
something
was
like that.
there was Group A, Group B, and there was 6 teams on either
In
side.
each one. Yeah, so it might have been like
Yeah.
top 6 make it through or something. And we finished like tied for 5th. And so
Mm.
even if we had to play a tiebreaker, we would have defeated the teams.
Yeah.
And then the rule changed from it being top 6 because teams left, and I think it was top 4. And like this is like after this like split had ended, and I was fucking livid because I thought with some extra time we could like do some damage, right? Like we
Yeah.
could, I could tell MSI get the fuck off TFT, start playing the game. And then I get this paragraph from him afterwards about he's benching me and yada yada yada, and I was like, bro,
I
you
hate
can't
it.
bench the fucking arguably the best player in your team, and like it was the best player by like public
Oh wait,
perception.
week 6 of fucking. I didn't realize Kraken Sapphire versus Kraken Ruby week 6. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, Sapphire was the one with Griff, right?
Yeah, like Lawrence, Fishies, and
The good team,
Brace Darkness.
the
Yeah.
fucking the good Kraken team, basically.
At the time, yeah,
And I
definitely.
think,
I don't think I had a team. I don't think I was playing.
yeah, um,
I could have been, but I don't know for fucking who.
yeah, maybe you like took it off, but no, just
Yeah.
talking about MSI, I always
Mm.
fucking that comes straight to my mind, and I look back on like my iron to gold career, so to speak, and it's like, why the
Mm.
fuck didn't I leave earlier?
Yeah.
Because I myself could have built a better roster.
It was definitely kind of a yikes overall.
Yeah, it's not great, right? When you because I'll be honest, that damaged my fucking reputation going out of the because when you like lose so much. Now I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you know this as well, right? When you lose so many tournaments in a row, there's a stigma of yo, this motherfucker can't win games,
Yeah, he's
right?
clearly not good enough to actually win games,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Yeah.
And then you go onto a team which you actually have pieces around you to
Hmm.
where you can no longer be 5-man every fucking game
Yeah.
because then your top lane is just gonna win you the game or something, right?
Yeah, like you're able to play around it, which is what's
Yeah,
happened with the latest Kraken roster. It's so good. Like no matter even if they want to camp bot, like it doesn't fucking matter.
yeah. You got other pieces, right? But
Yeah.
back on the Room Renegades or the Kraken and Rubies of the world, you don't have the same pieces,
Yeah.
and
Just
I
pieces
get
of it all.
I was getting triple banned and camped, right? And
Yeah.
it's not fun.
No, I wouldn't be. Like just getting fucking hard focused and then like you can't really do much, like especially if your team can't do much about it.
Yeah. And then, well, because I was rocking with like a silver 2 jungler, and as an
So,
AD carry, you probably don't see this like as often as I would. But as a mid
yeah,
laner, I'm at the time I'm like
reliant
I'm
on
trying to fucking micromanage him, clear all my minions, win my lane, and
yeah.
if because this is back at the time where there's junglers like Icy Soul and
Icy Soul. There was
Zephyr, Zealous. There's like Jet floating around. Moe's around as well, and
yeah, there were like a lot of like really solid junglers.
with my fucking Silver 2 jungler,
I think even fucking Euphoria got in on the action at some
yeah,
point.
it was like, homie, you just don't compete, right?
Yeah,
And
you
I
just don't
think,
stand up.
and he was still trying to play mid lane and solo queue, right? So he
That
wasn't even
yeah,
like,
that
trying to learn the actual role. He was like,
yeah,
I'll just play jungle for the team, which never works because he's never getting that mid lane spot over me at the time.
yeah. Like it's dumb to try and go into like solo queue playing like off role unless like you're forced into it.
Yeah.
When you can like, especially if you're trying to play a role for a team, and just yeah,
So now you took some time off, right? And this
yes.
is around the BSV Rift Royale type period because I remember you didn't play around this one. This is the one where my team famously was very good in this one.
You guys won it, all right?
We did. There were some issues with some of my players, maybe like
Yeah.
6 months after that.
Okay.
So it's a little tainted, which really bothers me. But for the timeline, we did win.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't
I
think I was. Yeah, I definitely wasn't around. I don't think I trying to say Rift Royale on mine because. But yeah, I don't. I definitely don't think I was playing. I kind of just dipped because I didn't have a team and I was just like bouncing and just didn't care enough
yeah
to want to jump into Rift. Oh wait, the Rift Royale Rumble, is that what it's called?
yeah. The Rumble was like the special like every like 3 weeks or something during the
So it was
single
just called
elims.
Rift Royale.
Yeah,
Was it last year
it was last year.
in April?
Yeah, around that time period. It went for 10 weeks, like the single elims, and then it went into like a bracket.
Okay.
So maybe like you might have played like 1 or 2 weeks or something, right? But I know you went in like the playoffs, so to speak.
Yeah, Kraken Ruby was in it, but I don't know if I was playing. According to the roster, I was, but
Yeah, maybe you were just on it.
yeah, maybe. Um,
But yeah, so my question is, why'd you come back? Because it's
um, fuck. Oh yeah, no, I wasn't playing. I don't know. I just fucking just jumped back into it. Like, wasn't really like planning on doing much with it. Like, I kind of just went about it, and but yeah, there was no real reason. I guess just wanting to play again and do stuff. Like, so
did you feel the itch, right? Of like when it like you see everyone else playing on stream, and you see them play like silvers,
I
and
I didn't watch the
you
streams.
don't watch anything.
No, I couldn't be fucked. Like, I just was. I didn't care. Like, I wasn't even playing League really. Like,
Yeah,
I hit plat and then just stopped. Like, I just couldn't be fucked. Couldn't be asked.
because I found during the most recent like BSV ladder, I was like, I'm gonna sit this out. Right, I'm playing
Mm,
UNSW. I've got work, and then UNSW finished for me, and then
yeah,
I'm watching the stream, and I was getting the itch of yo, this player is bad. If this was me instead of that player, or that team might be
yeah,
able to do something, and
yeah,
like it was, looking back because I at the time I was like I can't commit fully to this,
yeah.
which is why I did leave the Kraken Sapphire roster,
Mm,
and then you guys like brought in Lauder and stuff.
yeah.
That was all because I was like, well, I'm trying to play UNSW, which means I'm screaming for UNSW because UNSW had like a much bigger like prize pool.
Oh yeah, definitely would have been like way bigger than what the
Well,
smaller like
yeah,
tournaments would have, like for sure.
and apply plus like the viewership was also like much bigger.
Way better, yeah.
And so it was like, well, if I'm devoting heaps of time to that, and then I can't give the team I'm playing for enough time, It's
Mm.
like, or if I do, I'm getting burnt out in both like situations
Yeah.
because I'm
To be
playing
honest, we
I'm
didn't
playing
even
too
fucking
much
play
League,
that much as a team.
and so it was kind of I was like, nah, I'm gonna sit this out.
Mm.
But once my responsibilities to UNSW were over, it's like, bro, I kind of wish I was playing.
Yeah. Yeah. To be honest, as a like the Sapphire roster in the BSV tournament, like we didn't fucking play together that often.
Yeah,
If I'm being honest, we legit went into tournaments, running the same fucking comp over and over and over again because it wasn't banned out, even though people were legitimately witnessing us fucking stomping them. And this was when Samira was an actual issue,
yeah, yeah.
and so we'd run,
Samira was a champion.
yeah, and so we ran bring it up because it was funny. It was just so funny. The fact that we got away with it.
Yeah.
Running the same shit just repeatedly. Oh wait, no, they removed it. You can't. It's unlucky.
Well, so let's move to like present day, right?
Yeah.
So your current Kraken roster now, outside of you and Soul Elixir, I don't actually know any of the names on this team.
Yes, because they are still going to school. They legitimately go to the school that my brother works at.
So
It's not even. It's not even a joke.
he went and got some high school kids to play on his Iron to Play team.
He so like there was an announcement that like the tournament was happening, and I said, "Oh, do you want to like build the team together and get it like put it together?" And I tried to get like Sam wasn't playing, but I tried to get Shrexy back, and then like after fun like but he like had uni and stuff, and
Yeah.
so then I put out that message that you responded to,
Yeah, and
and
I
I was
was
just
like,
like, hey,
mid,
do you want to
yo.
be the yeah? And then I asked Adrian and Sol, was just like, yo, do you want to be the support, because I can't be fucked trying to find a different support and actually have to play with them and meld with them
Yeah.
when I could just have my brother. And then he's just like, oh, do we need other people? I'm like, well, yeah, Shexy doesn't want to play, so we need more people. It's just like, oh yeah, don't worry, I've got these people who play League at the
I've got
school
these
that I
high
work
school
at.
kids, yeah.
And
Well,
and the only reason like he knows that they played League was because of the fact he had to test out League of Legends on, like, he was testing out League on the school computers
yeah.
there, like the gaming computers that they just got in and put together and stuff. And so like they saw him play, and it's just like, yo, what's your league? And so we just got them, and just that was it. Like we don't play together. We've played
Yeah.
like Flex 3 times maybe, and that's about it.
Well, because I didn't actually know it was happening until
Yeah.
like very last minute, and
Mm.
then like I'd seen that you're like looking for players, and I was like, yo, I kind of want to play, right? Because Friday night
Yeah.
very like available to me,
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
then I was like, fuck, because the moment like you said that you didn't need one, I was like, because like it's very hard to worm your way into a tournament where most of the rosters are already sorted.
Yeah, that's
Even
what I was actually gonna be like rebuilding like the academy teams for Kraken like near the end of the season
yeah,
when it just like, when teams would disband and stuff because there'd be no tournaments, everyone's like on holiday and shit,
everyone's on
so
like
it'd just be
Christmas time.
easier. But then this fucking came up.
Yeah, because even if like on paper you are a better player, there's like a sense of like loyalty because like
Yeah,
you had them first.
yeah, there's
Um,
always like loyalty and all that sort of stuff.
Obviously, if they shit the bed enough times, then
Then
maybe they swap it out, but you at least give them the opportunity to shit the bed.
yeah, like you
Um, and
look
then
through it all.
I got the Black Hawk spot, right?
Mm,
They had some team issues. I don't know what happened off that. It's not really my business to know about
mm,
that because that's something internal to them.
yeah.
Um, and then I was like, yo, I'm gonna fucking win this. Right? So they gave
Mm,
us a 0-2 fucking start. Which is
yeah,
not favorable,
it's
right?
not favorable, but
And I kid you not, I went and hit up about 8 different people, and then I finally got Pirate Pat, and
Yeah.
I was like, like, what's your account and whatnot, because I'm trying to make sure everything's on the fucking up and up. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I got this mid and jungle, and I was like, yeah, grab them, right? I had to check that Pat could play, right? Just because, if I get like
Yeah.
the written off that he can play, then it's not my
Mm.
fault he's playing. It's the admin's fault telling me he could play. It's not.
Yeah.
I
It's on them, not you.
Yeah. And then I had to like grab a support. Now, so on Thursday, I'm looking through supports. I'm like, yeah, I need to play at support because I'm the one playing AD carry. I just
Yeah.
decided I would play AD carry in the event because regardless,
That's
I
fair.
was attempting to get like a plat 1 level mid laner
Oh yeah.
just because of how powerful mid is, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so someone who, especially because to me this ladder looked a little bit weaker than some of the ones in the past. In terms of like
Mm.
the heavy hitters, the likes of the TNSs, the Sonic Booms of the world, because a lot of players have gone and hit Diamond.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a
Um,
lot of them are just like jumped up.
so I kid you not, I get through, I go message Triggered, who can't
Mm.
play because he has a Diamond account, and
Fuck.
like I'm like cycling through supports that I'm looking for, and then it comes
Yeah.
to it, right. Because Pat like had like kind of like suggested oh, we just go grab Snocky, so it's pretty much
Mm.
like a rebuild of like the era white team, except me and the AD carry instead of Manu and and like the new jungler
Yeah.
in, and the mid laner was the previous jungler. So
Okay.
it's a team that kind of had like heaps of already like built-in synergy together.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
it's definitely ideal to have that as well.
And then, so the story I want to tell you is, so I know we're playing Peroa, Neymar, Orphans. Now, originally it was Alias, but he went and got himself banned from TMG for saying some stupid stuff to another player in solo queue.
What do you say?
It was from what I've heard, it was bad. It must have been bad enough to get him banned from the event.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I've said some
Um,
dumb shit to other players, but
and And so I kid you, well, because the player winning like complained to the org, and because
what
everyone
a
has to like sign like a code of conduct, or
what a bitch.
I would say solo queue is kind of out of their jurisdiction, but
Yeah, fuck, like I
um,
don't understand. That's bull. I actually think that's dumb.
I mean it happened, right? And
Yeah.
so Parole was forced to lane with an AD carry as a support player,
Yikes.
and
Wouldn't be
and
fun.
so I go into like Friday, in our team chat, I'm asking my mid laner if he can play Lucian, because I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, maybe I pull
Was
out like
this
a
pre-rework?
Nico. No, this is like the post shit. Like, because I don't
Okay.
think the rework is like too big of any like
Yeah,
negative.
I don't know why they banned it.
Um, like
That's
it's pretty
dumb.
much nothing. I could understand the Amumu in a way, but even then, it's
Even
like
even then,
he
I
gets
can't
two
understand
charges.
him.
It's a bit
It's
bit
just
bit
adding
weird.
an extra charge to his queue. Like,
Yeah. And like removing some like scaling damage and
yeah,
yada yada yada. But the moment I see Lucian ban, I'm like, fuck. Because Lucian's kind of like one of the only AD marksmen you can play mid outside of like Tristana, but Tristana's quite a lot different to Lucian.
yeah,
And
definitely.
because like when you know a player, or like a group of players as well as, I know Nay and stuff, I'm thinking
Mm,
if they lose to me, they're gonna tilt. But if they lose to me while I'm playing a mage bot lane, they're gonna tilt even harder.
gonna get worse. Yeah.
So like I'm in the back of my head, I'm thinking, fuck, I play Nico, right? I just play Nico. I play weak side. Um, because Nay was telling me, he knows how to dive people.
Yeah.
Before, like when he knew I was playing ADK, he's like, he knows how to dive people. As Nico,
Uh,
I just go invisible, right? And then
yeah,
if I
you
have
just
to, I
W and
flash.
then run at them.
Yeah. And if they're diving me, in theory, I should at least trade 1 kill back in all cases.
Yeah, you
If not,
should
I might
definitely.
trade 2. And then the rest of my team should have the ability to go elsewhere on the map. But the moment Lucian was banned, I'm like, fuck, I'm actually going to have to play Marksman. Which is fine, because game 1, they picked Irelia, first pick, right?
Yeah.
I kind of knew that was always going to mid, even though mid and top both play it.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a lot of mid
It's
laners are
more
playing it now.
it's more
It's
of like
permaband against us.
and so I end up taking Varus, right?
It's a good
Which
pick.
is actually probably one of my best AD carries at the moment.
So good.
Um, and so game one, Pearl was playing Ash. I think it's Ash. I want to say it's Ash. No, Ash
Yeah.
was banned. Ash was banned from me in the second
Okay.
rotation. Oh, he was playing Xayah. It was
Uh,
like a Xayah Nautilus or
yeah.
something like weird. And we're playing like Varus Braum. Um,
Okay. Yeah, Varus Brom. Good stuff. I don't think I'm
and
gonna be. I'm not sitting Varus next week. Well, this week.
so I end the game like 4-0 and like 11 or something, right?
Nice.
And there's a play where Irelia comes bot lane, he tries to 2v1 me and Braum, he dies. And
Yeah.
then, like, because Braum has exhaust, right? Because we're never looking to kill in the laning phase, so ignite's not needed. Plus, there's an Irelia in the game, so
Yeah.
exhaust is better. And then, so he dies. I get caught by Neymar in the river, who's on Sejuani, but
Fuck.
I have Shin ult. Shin ults
Uh,
me, and like I'm starting to walk up. This is like tri brush around like blue side tower,
Fuck no.
like bot lane, and
Yeah.
then I have Irelia who TP's in. He ults. I flash the fucking Dragon Wall and just stand there and auto attack him, knowing he can't actually hit me because he can't.
Nice.
He has no Q up. And
Yeah.
then so he died, TP'd in and died again. So he was 3-1 before that point,
Fuck no.
and so he kind of just like threw his lead. Like any
Yeah.
chance he had of carrying that game was gone in that moment
Yeah. That seems like
because
such a hard throw.
plus, well, I mean, I think Akali already had got a quadra kill before that, like our Akali mid.
Ah, fucking
Like
hell.
there
Yeah,
was like a
I'll do it.
four there was like a 4v5 that was taken, and then
No, yeah.
my team just fucking dropped them without me being there at the start.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Fucking Aurelia, I legitimately like our team's not allowed to play it. It's permabanned. It sucks.
yeah, I mean it does happen though, right? Now
Yeah.
going back onto the topic of your Kraken team, right? I want to
Hmm.
know what your expectations are for this
Oh,
Kraken
we're
roster.
we're gonna fucking win.
You're gonna win.
Look, I will tell you like flex Q, like to practice.
Flex doesn't matter
No,
to me.
no, yeah, but I'm telling you how often we play together.
Okay.
Um, in about the last, let me have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. In the last 18 days, 5 games together, no scrims, no nothing, and we've only ever managed to drop game 2 in the games.
Okay.
But we haven't lost the series yet.
Oh, mate, it might happen. And
Mate,
the
yeah,
series you lose
against
might be the finals. So,
I doubt
it's
it. Depends on who goes into the finals, but even then, I honestly, I X'd it out for sure
X'd
for
it
that
out.
one. X'd it out. Like our team is just like really solid and stuff like, and because of the fact that, greatly enough, I'm not being banned. It's the rest of the team because of the fact that they don't want to deal with the shit that we've got.
Yeah.
Like, in the next game we've got is against um Swinburne Esports T2. Like,
What the fuck is Swinburne?
yeah, it's Swinburne is a fucking university in Melbourne.
Oh wait, you're in WKW Academy's group, aren't you? Is
Yeah,
that the same group?
Nova. I'm in Nova's group. Yeah,
Yeah. Because I know you
yeah,
guys are season four
and we beat
posters.
Weekend Warriors Academy.
Yeah. Look.
We trolled our second draft though. Well, we didn't troll it. We just played it like fucking monkeys and lost
Happens.
game 2, and then we just played game 3 and won.
Yeah. Look.
With, to be honest, an even worse draft than what we did game 2.
Well. Okay. So your expectation for your roster is to win, right?
Yeah.
Which is a
Oh,
fine expectation.
it's either win or like make it into the finals, and if we lose in the finals, that's fine. Like, we lose to like
It's
better
not
teams.
fine. It would never be fine to lose in the
Yeah.
finals.
If you
So
lose in the
my
finals, you just lose to a team that's statistically better. They just played better than we did.
I know, but
You
like
can't be.
you can like taste it if you make it to the finals.
Yeah,
right?
but I've
Um,
done that so many times that I just don't care.
you've
I'm at that point where like
you've
fuck
been
it.
broken so many times it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, if we win, we win. Like fuck yeah, let's go. But if we lose, fuck it. We
Fuck it.
played like the best we could because
Well, yeah, it's
yeah,
hard, right?
because like the main motivation is like the three other players, like the high school students, because they're the ones getting the money from it, not us. Like, not my brother and I.
Yeah, you
So
just
we're
play it
giving them
for
like
fun.
$50. They're getting $50 each just for playing League on a Friday.
If you win, right?
We'll, we'll win.
If you win, um,
Yeah. Who like I don't know who like probably the only things that I'm like I guess I can be sort of worried about is maybe uh I was watching some of the games like I'm not worried about anyone in the fucking group B like at all. Like
like
I watched
okay,
I watched I watched the VODs between a Swinburne and Weekend Warriors Academy and
yeah, because that was
like
on the stream, right?
yeah, that was the streamed one and so we watched it and it was just fucking weird and I guess probably your team Death by a Thousand Cuts
Yeah,
would be one, and then Ground Force in a Group A.
in Group A,
Yeah, I
I
haven't seen any Group D, so I wouldn't know. But like, I just
I've seen a bit of Group D, and
like I know it's Weekend Warriors Alpha, but I
they,
do think that yeah,
Alpha's
I think my top lane is better than Pixie.
yeah.
I watched Pixie get killed by Strexy, solo killed Ornn twice, so
I
that's
remember I
fine.
was streaming the aftermath of that at like during
Was
some flex
great.
games or something. It
And
was
if Shiny isn't playing and it's Sparky and the one Maddie, yeah, no, Agent Sol and I, we fucking giga
okay,
curb stomped them in the
okay,
game basement.
okay.
We giga curb stomped them. Like I feel sorry for Sparky because he actually played. He was the only one who actually playing with a brain. Maddie was booking it into us with Leona.
You know what's funny though? If you match them in the quarters or something and they drop you 2-0, you know someone's clipping that, right?
Someone will clip it, but they're not gonna get. We're
I
not gonna
mean,
be
I
dropped two
might clip
zero.
it myself just for fun. But yeah, like it does seem it's a weird one, right? Because
Yeah.
before
And they
like
don't
my
have Jep's
team,
not even playing either. But I
yeah,
mean, Jep kind of trolled in the game. But he was up against Sam, and I honestly think Sam just fucking giga out jungles anyone he fucking faces. He
yeah,
looks at them and they're out jungled, and that's it. Because
yeah.
it's Sam, fucking Euphoria.
I did say that, right? That
Yeah,
would like that would
yeah,
happen. So I'm really annoyed that we didn't actually get to see that in a series.
yeah. It sucks. It
Um,
definitely does. But
because to me, when you guys played them in the group stage, right now we're
mm,
talking about BSV
yeah,
again. I because they didn't have their full roster,
yeah.
I
I
wrote the
honestly
game
think
off.
it would have been a different game if they had like their full roster, like Sparky and Shiny in the bot lane and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. I definitely
Um,
think it would have been a very different game.
and
But
yeah, it's a weird one, right? Because seeing
it's weird. Yeah, their bot lane would have like definitely performed a lot better. Like I wouldn't have gotten as so far ahead as Samira as I did. Like how fed I was on Samira was just gross.
well, I mean, at the time, Shiny would have been happy to pick it away from you.
Yeah, and that also would have happened. Yeah. Well, I
Um,
think we were blue side and we first picked it.
right, was
Yeah.
yeah, I think Shiny would have played a bit into it though, right?
Yeah,
And
he would have done a lot better and like yeah, Maddie like seems like she plays like really well. Like I've seen some of like the games like when Poro exploders were a fucking thing.
yeah,
So she never played like awfully. But
um,
yeah, just in that one game on Leona, like I've never seen someone run it into like a Samira lane so hard on Leona that I did then, and
I mean, it could be
we were
some like
laughing about it.
failed comms, right? Like if someone
Yeah,
else is telling her to go in, it makes her look worse.
yeah. Like I don't know like the whole scenario, so there's probably like a lot more there that I'm just not like aware of.
Yeah,
But like going off like the knowledge that I have, yeah, like she was running it into a Nautilus Samira lane with Ezreal Leona.
yeah, that's a big group
Yeah.
spin
And
because
that was actually the one game where Lauder had less deaths than me, which is kind of funny to think about.
it's a little bit funny to think about. Lord was a
Yeah,
bit questionable at the whole time.
Lauder died a lot. Like we were surprised he got put up so high on the tier list that they made.
Oh, I was like flipping my shit when I saw that because
We were all just like, wait, what?
yeah,
No way.
because I don't think I had him that far. Like he was not the reason. I think I said it
Oh,
was like
Sam was the
Jarbo.
reason we were winning games.
Yeah,
100%. Like all our wins, I legitimately put on like Sam. Like he did so much just like to make the team fucking
function.
function and go. Like was just like glue sticking it all together and everything. It was a like the only time where like he even like we went like after the game and looking back at it like the center game that I fucking played.
Yeah,
The first game against the unfortunately DQ'd fucking
Defiance Gaming.
Defiance Gaming, yeah, with Vincenzo as the ADC because we didn't play fasting center,
Yeah.
which was like really strong. We played farming one, and that just fucked it.
Well, I'll give you a funny story. So
But
I saw that game because it was on stream. It was like the
yeah,
first game of the tournament, or like it was very close to it. I think it was like your first game as
it
an
was our
AD.
very first. Yeah, it was the first. I think it was like the first game, like week one,
Yeah.
game one sort of thing. Yeah, and we were streamed.
And I was like, the moment I saw you guys just get the most, I was like, fuck. My tier list is
Yeah,
gonna get memed in about 6 weeks after you guys drop so many games, because it
yeah.
looked bad.
It was awful. Like we went into the next game that we had. We were just like, fuck it, comfort picks, just pick whatever. We're doing this. Fuck them. Fuck this game.
Yeah.
And what was it? Yeah, it was. I think we did Zyra Khan bot lane. I think. No. Yeah. Let me have a look. I don't play. Yeah, it was against Team Blackhawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did Sion, Wukong jungle. Oh yeah, Sion top, Wukong jungle, Galio mid, Xayah Morgana bot lane, and Sam out jungled like crazy. Even though first game, like at the beginning, he accidentally didn't take the smite thing, the ember knife or whatever.
Yeah.
He took Doran's blade,
What was he playing? Because how the fuck do you?
Wukong,
Ah,
and so
that's
it
why the.
defaulted on Doran's blade. So he picked that. We killed, like, helped him get blue buff. He took it, didn't level up. Was just like, what the fuck happened? And it was just like, oh no,
I have Doran's
my
Blade.
my Doran's blade. And then we got him a triple kill early game because we went for a fight while he still had Doran's blade.
Yeah.
So he just had the damage, and it was
He had
just
more combat stats because of it.
yeah. He had more combat sets, and we won that. And then we went on a fucking tear after that because we figured out like we didn't play it in our flex, like we
Yeah.
refused to. It was just getting Samira every time and getting on top lane,
Yeah.
and yeah. Ever since doing that, we didn't lose a game. We didn't drop one,
But yeah, like
and
I
no one was going to ban it against me because my win rate fell to 37% in
in
solo
solo
queue
queue,
because I
yeah.
kept running it down.
Look, I another quick little funny story.
Mm,
Now,
yeah.
how much do you know I play Yone?
I not a lot. Like I know you kept saying that you played it a lot. Like
Yeah.
when we got you to when you were streaming and we jumped on
I
a
was like
flex and stuff.
vibing and like running it
Yeah,
down or some shit. Um,
yeah. But other than that, not a lot to be
so my
honest.
win rate in solo queue on Yone at the moment, as of today, is a 44% win rate over like 32 games. My solo queue win rate as a whole is like 58% or something.
I had
Like,
50% out of 26 games in solo queue.
yeah,
Just
it's
pure solo queue. Yeah,
um, oh yeah, because it counts like the flex games and stuff in the total.
yeah. In total is your extra 6 in solo, which was 17%.
Yeah, look, right. But
Flex ain't going well.
depends on who's trying to int me, right? So I just int them back. But
True.
I'd always get your Yona shit. Like the classic iron to gold, you're bad at this champion, right?
Yeah, you're bad at it. We weren't bad at it because it's funny
But
to
how come
watch.
is it always perma ban? like, cause I never got Yon. Like, very rarely I'll get Yon. Normally, like, and again,
Mm.
going back to like the whole Jinx point, you will get the champion when they're trying to ego check you,
Yeah.
and then when you put them down when you play that champion, they will not
Oh,
no they will no longer ego check you.
yeah.
They'll
I
like tempt
That
you.
was so funny. Like watching that, like especially during the BSV tournament, watching that get banned every game.
Yeah.
First, just my jinx.
Yeah. Because there was a time period where like Casio was really good, and like
Mm.
Orion, like all my majors were like peak like viability. The same with like
Yeah.
Corky was really good at one point. And so like I'd see, into some of like the better teams, they might be like, ah fuck, we'll try and ban Envy. Right?
Mm.
So Cassio's gone. They might even throw an Oriana ban at me. They'd leave Malzahar up knowing that I no longer play that very often. And
Yeah.
then randomly the Malzahar will get locked in, and then I lane lock their mid laner, and they're stuck doing fucking nothing for 25
Yeah.
minutes and they lose.
They're just sitting there jerking off because I can't fucking do anything.
Yeah, they can't leave under their tower because I just take the tower. Or I take the
Yeah.
tower while they're there, and they just like look at me because I have a fucking spell shield, and what are you gonna do about it, you know?
Spell shield and just all this other random shit that you just that
Yeah,
just stops the whole situation. Yeah.
yeah, and but nah, it's probably my favorite thing. Now I've
Mm.
ego checked people in the past, so if someone off rolls into my lane, and
Yeah.
I did this into I think it was some like random. I was playing into like a silver one Akali in
Mm.
the UNSW, and I was ego checking him so fucking hard. I was playing Silas, right, which is it's a bit of a iffy sometimes, especially if you don't like play the matchup as often as I probably should have back then.
Yeah.
And like, there's a clip where I just get fucking soloed like twice, and like I'm running it down like the entire game. My team wins because my team is better than theirs, but it's like
Yeah.
holy fuck, I can't just take a look at rank and be like, ah, this guy's bad. I'm a
Yeah.
fucking dumb in the middle of the lane.
That's what we like well we found out just in general. Like Sam and I would talk about like bans and draft and shit. We'd like we wouldn't really give a shit about rank because of the fact that a proper 5v5 is so fucking different
Just solo queue.
because you can actually to solo queue and your solo queue rank. And so like if we see someone's got a comfort pick, it's gone because fuck that. Like
Yeah,
if they get a comfort pick, knowing that they've got like a team around them, that they will do like shit they wouldn't do in solo queue because they have that trust, that sort of safety net they feel that they have.
yeah.
So like we don't give people comfort picks unless like we legitimately can't ban out everyone like in the terms of
Or you
comfort.
have something ready into it, right?
Yeah, or there's someone like or we've got like something prepared to stop it from being an issue.
Yeah,
Like we yeah, that's it's why going through this tournament's like been super fucking weird because I've never played with the um the high schoolers before.
yeah.
So it's like first time going through it all. And yeah, actually fuck, okay. We were allowed Aurelia once in game one.
And then never again.
Yeah, game one of against MCon J Dragons. Uh we got it. This is when I was just playing Ezreal. And our Aurelia won 11-1 and 9.
Yeah.
And that's when they switched out Kirito SJ with a young Siwa and camped bot lane.
Look. Well, yeah, like it's weird.
Yeah, but yeah.
And it's like it's the biggest form of respect when you get your champion banned. And
Yeah,
like
for
not
sure.
even like into like one player, like one team. If it's banned over and over and over again, it's actually the highest form of flattery. The same if you
Yeah.
get like 5 banned in a game, it's the highest form of flattery. However,
Yeah,
it's kind
that's
at the like time it's like, yo, you can't. So what am I gonna play now?
yeah.
Because
Actually, yeah, Ryoko, the ADC that played for Lucan Warriors. Like we found out that the ADC for like the standard ADC for Lucan Warriors Academy couldn't actually play.
yeah,
Baba Yaka, I think his name is or whatever. I think he was sick. I think he's got
that's
COVID or something.
ape. back in
Yeah.
the day. Yeah.
Yeah, like he couldn't play, like he was sick or something. And Nova wasn't meant to play the first game, it was meant to be Threat.
Yeah.
And so like that's why game one went the way it did, but yeah, they picked Jinx against me.
How dare they?
How dare they? I picked Virus.
How dare they? Ah, it's
Jinx ain't getting anywhere near a Virus who's going lethality.
yeah, right. It's the same when it just reminds me of the I think it's like the Kung Fu Panda meme.
Yeah,
The master and the student.
yeah.
Especially when it comes to like if someone locks Malzahar into me, it's like, homie, you're getting camped, right? Like you are dying in this lane.
Oh,
Um,
you fucked up.
and because now I'm not gonna give away all my Malzahar secrets, right?
Yeah.
Because I need some of those sometimes. But Malzahar is super easy to lane into if you know what to do,
Yeah,
and if you
yeah.
can call your jungler,
He's
which is
very telegraphed in what he wants to do and how he wants to play
yeah.
it.
So if you disrupt that,
Yeah,
then you're all good.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's why it just there's a lot of stuff that just gets left open, like in our games because there's
Yeah.
so much shit to ban. Like even Yorick gets banned against us.
Oh yeah,
Fuck it, Yorick.
Yorick. Well, I'm
Like
gonna
Yorick's a
agree.
pain in the ass,
Yeah,
but
it's not ban worthy. It's too
uh,
niche.
I don't think yeah
But there is a case for, because it is so niche that
yeah
the enemy team is not going to be able to play into it well enough because we're not at like the pro level
yeah you
where
don't know how people like play and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
um
it's because our top laner has like 115 games on him.
yeah. I back in the day I played the Behold Esports Trials, right?
Mm.
I don't know if you remember that org.
Yeah, I think I remember. I think I
And
actually tried out for them at one point during when I was bouncing around.
yeah, I played into the mid laner who ended up getting the spot, right?
Yeah,
Well, I think I got the spot, but I just didn't work out as like a personality. And so the person who they gave the spot to, I
yeah,
played into him, right? And he had never played into Nico before.
no,
This is
yeah,
like 5 months after the champion had been out, right?
fuck.
So if you main a role, you have no excuse not to have played into it,
At least
in
once.
5 months, or at least know what the
Yeah,
champion does.
yeah.
Which is why I give
That's the
people.
thing. That's the thing with low elo though. They don't look into it and they don't
Yeah,
practice it. Like, and sometimes like those sort of picks just won't show up in
yeah.
solo queue if you just spam it.
Yeah, and so I like put him down because he didn't know what he was
Mm.
doing, and
Yeah,
like he was playing Lissandra, and he just never got on top of me because the
fuck.
moment the moment he like, because this is like prime Nico, like this is
Okay, yeah,
he would E forward, and as he's like dashing to it, I just throw my E down on him,
yeah.
right? Because it's very telegraphed of where he's gonna be, so I can't miss that ability as long as like you're
Yeah.
counting
Unless
from.
they change it, like bringing themselves in earlier.
Yeah. Well, nah, because it will still pretty much hit him
Mm.
because it's in a straight line, which means, and it's not like a Lux Q. It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It stuns it snares every target in that line.
Yeah.
You actually get more time if it snares something before.
Yeah.
And then
I
as
didn't even know that. I don't see Nico enough.
and then as you snare, you hit the Q, and then you hit the
Mm.
ignite, and you just kill them.
Yeah.
Um, and to me, like even like nowadays, I find that inexcusable. Um, Especially if like
There's
if
so many
you're
champions
if
though.
you're
The only
trying to play competitive though.
Yeah, if you're trying to play competitive, like you do your best, but obviously life gets in the way, like a
Yeah,
lot of the time, to be able to do that. The only way to really like, I feel like give yourself a chance to learn what champions do. Play fucking Viego. Viego's got to learn everyone.
Drew. Um,
Like the only thing Viego doesn't need to learn is like the person's ult, but you can just read what the fucking ult does. But he
yeah.
just becomes everyone.
Well, I
Kill the best to become the best.
yeah. I mean, I remember when Kiana came out. I was playing a. It
Mm,
was either Rift Republic or ECB,
yeah.
whichever org like iteration of the org it was at the time, and So because the champion wasn't allowed for like 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
everyone in solo queue was just banning it. I never played fucking normals. So
Mm.
I actually had I had played the champion a couple times, but I wasn't versed in like
Yeah.
the combos and whatnot yet.
Yeah, you would have been like
And
a lot of the stuff would have been really weird to
I
like
go
witness.
I go into the game, fucking Berserker Fury picks Kiana, and I just get fucking face rolled the entire game.
Because like if you from the Bronze League,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, that team like really plays like super solidly, like used to anyway.
Um,
They don't play anymore.
and so I kid you not, it was arguably like one of my worst games ever.
Yeah.
And it's like I've had some fucking disastrous of games,
Some yikes moments.
some yikes moments. Now, before we end this out, right? Because we've kind of been blabbing for the last like 10 minutes on some
That is true.
recent stuff. Is there anything you want to bring up?
uh, not that I can think of.
Not that you can think
Not
of.
Yeah. Just don't ban Jinx, guys. Come on, it's all I can play.
It's fair
Don't
play.
look at my match history. I can't play Jinx.
Now
Like,
if you get out as first seed, there's a chance you play us. I'm just
most
saying,
likely,
all
yeah.
it is. And that would be the fucking Kanekiest thing of all. Right?
What?
Having arguably a strong team and having to play the best team in the fucking quarterfinals. Depending on how they do it, right? Because I'm assuming
Yeah.
it's just going to be randomly drawn. Like Black Worlds, you can't be on the same side as your
Yeah.
the other group in your team. And because we
Yeah.
start out 0-2, we can't hit first place anymore.
Yeah, because there's only one game left, right?
Yeah. Even if QUT gets 2-0'd, they technically have the head-to-head on us, right? Because we got 2-0'd by them.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming TMG wouldn't make us force a tiebreaker game because technically there's no tiebreaker.
Technically, yeah. It's gonna be really weird to see. Like, I don't think there's any way a tiebreaker can happen in Group B. Oh, there might be in Group B.
Mine's the same with the Orphanage, right? Because we hold the 2-0 over them. Even if
Yeah.
they beat QUT, 2-0, it would force and like we have to win 2 games, obviously. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we don't get out regardless.
Who you
And
who you faced? What, Pepe Mon?
yeah, we
Yeah,
missed Pep.
that should be easy.
That's like Connor and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so we should.
Yeah,
we
and
should be
they're
able to get
currently
together.
fucking they've been dumpstered. They've only won like
Yeah.
a single game.
And that wasn't the Orphanage. I think it was
Yeah.
like game 1 or something. But
Yeah.
but yeah, so if we beat them 2-0 and Orphanage beat QUT 2-0, we should still get the second seed based on head-to-heads. Because I'm praying the fucking god they don't make us try and play tiebreaker games, because I think it's
It'd
a
be
waste of time.
really weird if they did. Like, I don't see what they get out of.
More games, nothing.
Yeah.
Especially when
Like,
it's
especially if they're gonna do like if they were intending to do tiebreakers in more games, why only have 3 fucking rounds?
so the
Yeah,
tournament's not super long, I guess.
yeah, I guess, but even then, like, you're just adding more games if there's tiebreakers, so there's no point.
Yeah.
Just fucking have extra rounds.
I don't know. Well, if we cross that bridge, I guess they will make a
Yeah.
decision on it. But
They'll do what they want with it. Like, not a
but
lot can be.
I have faith in QUT, right? They're looking really good. Now, obviously,
They should do alright, but the
Well,
orphanage can also do pretty well, I
it
think.
depends what form they come into. Because,
Yeah, that's true.
like to me, they came in like with I wouldn't say great form, and now like we were talking a bit.
I'm guessing
Eagle.
when they lost Alias, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Perel's a bit tilted over that, and then
Yeah, it'd
as like when you lane into someone you don't respect, like playing that role, you play a lot more stupidly, and like
Yeah,
I
you'll
could
do dumb shit.
I could see some moments where Perel was trying to ego me. He did get a solo kill on me in game 2, which I'm a little annoyed about. Just the Philia things. But
Yeah.
outside of that, right, I kind of just had the better of him as a team player in my eyes. And I can look back at games where I baited him into a fight to where my jungler just shows up and he does.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely like moments like especially like losing a player because of something that happened solo queue.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely understand like being just fucking tilted because you feel like an org shouldn't have jurisdiction of what happens in solo queue, even.
And then he has to play with an 80 carry player who doesn't play support.
Yeah,
Like
who
that's
doesn't play support? Yeah,
yeah, that's
all
quite
all because the person that happened to wanted to have a whinge.
yeah. I mean, I think it's if it's as like if it is
If
bad,
it
it's fair.
if it's like homophobic, racist, all that sort of shit, then I can understand. But like, if it's just saying, "Oh my god, you're fucking garbage. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh,
How the
mate, I
fuck
say
did
that
you
all the
get on
time.
the team?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you get on the team? The fuck is this?"
I mean, I
Like,
ran
if it's
into the
just
same
that and
players.
the guy had to cry about it, then fuck that. It's
Yeah,
dumb.
it's pretty. I think it would have been like made into a much bigger scene if it was just that,
Yeah.
right?
I, well, it depends. It really depends. There's not a lot of information about it unless
No,
people like, because TMG wouldn't allow you to talk about it, I'm pretty sure.
probably not. It'd be like it stays with the team and that's about it.
Yeah.
Right. So we didn't really have anything else we wanted to bring up.
No, not a lot. Just, yeah, once again, don't ban Jinx. It's all I can play. I don't play anything else.
True. So we're gonna leave it there. Thank you for coming on, Kaneki.
No problem at all, mate.
It was pretty interesting, especially hearing you say you're gonna win the TMG ladder.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
But we'll see how fast it takes you guys to crash and burn.
Crash and burn. Don't worry, there's no crashing and burning.